Raw opened up with a really good Enzo promo. Great promo of his life. I have been critical of Enzo in the past just because I don't get the character. It's so over the top. It's so crazy to me. I've never understood it. I never understand what he's talking about. I guess I'm just an old man and I just don't get that stuff or whatever. And I just never really, I mean, he had his moments. Don't get me wrong. Enzo was definitely charismatic. He's very good on the mic. It's just some of their stuff was getting old to me. And I thought that Enzo, as crazy as he was very one-dimensional. He was very hyper, looked like he was jacked full of Red Bull or crack or meth or something. And we didn't see many other dimensions of his character. On Raw, for him to open up the show, he came out there doing his normal intro and he's dancing all around and everything, but he cut a very, very emotional and serious promo. And he used the line that I coined last week. I tweeted out over a week ago that he has got to call Cass Casshole at some point. And he actually finished his promo with that line. A lot of people gave me credit on Twitter for that. And I don't think I was the only person to think of Casshole. I'm sure other people did as well. But to me, that seemed like an obvious line he was going to have to use. And this was just really good. I was proud of Enzo. Like, I really enjoyed his emotion. I really enjoyed his realism, his passion, and his intensity on the mic. I thought it was all really well done. And they are going to have a match, apparently, at Great Balls of Fire, one-on-one. And Enzo might be in some trouble. But it got me brainstorming about this feud because one thing I mentioned during the initial breakup is that where is this going to leave Enzo? Because clearly this breakup is done to help launch Cass. He's a monster. He's got so much potential. WWE probably sees dollar signs in this guy, and they want to push him as a big heel. He's going to have to kill Enzo. Unless Enzo comes up with a very creative way to beat him, unless Enzo runs him over with a car, I don't see how they can have Enzo win this match without destroying Cass in the process. So Cass is probably going to have to win this thing, and he's going to have to win the feud overall, you would think. And if that's the case, what do they do with Enzo? So I was trying to think of a situation or a scenario where they could maybe move Enzo over to SmackDown, because if he went over there, he's got some potential feuds. And the very first guy I thought of was James Ellsworth, because wasn't Carmella with Enzo and Cass back in NXT? So, you know, Enzo is a babyface and Carmella's a heel, but if she eventually goes babyface or she turns babyface somehow, or maybe Enzo ends up coming out and he's a love interest for Carmella, and Enzo and Ellsworth can have a feud together, and then Enzo is working with somebody more his size. And Enzo can completely humiliate Ellsworth and get him completely out of the picture, and maybe Enzo and Carmella can form an alliance on the SmackDown brand. That could be a direction that they go in eventually. But if Enzo and Cass have their feud, Cass kills him, what does Enzo do on Raw after that? So I was trying to think of other things for Enzo to do after his program with Cass, because, you know, to me, it's going to leave him out in the cold once this whole thing is over. But for right now, it's very good stuff. I thought the breakup was done well. I thought the second breakup was done well. All of the promo work by Enzo and Cass, but especially Enzo, has been phenomenal in this, and props to both of them. Hopefully this leads to very big things in both of their singles careers.